Chris Pearson, 5G Americas, and looking at what's coming up at Barcelona and even kind of throughout the year, I think some of the key themes are going to think things like artificial intelligence. And, it's a big buzzword in the industry today. It's in fact, it's not just our industry, every industry, I think, looks at what will be the effect of artificial intelligence on, their industry and what they do and how they do it. And I think for us, it's really that integration into kind of our fabric of what we do as far as communication. And for us, that can mean really things like your automated network, your security, really how do you get the most out of your network using artificial intelligent algorithms that can help you manage that network for better network performance. And then we're going to kind of move down that value chain over time when you start to think about AI to, well, what does that mean for the customer or the enterprise customer? Or what does that mean as far as applications and use cases? So I think at this Barcelona, we're going to see, the very beginning parts of what it means for the network and optimization, security, these types of things. But over time in 2024, I think you're going to see it more to what does that actually mean for the end user as far as the capabilities. I mean, there'll be other themes at Mobile World Congress this year too. I think, I hope 5G Americas would hope that there's a lot of talk about the needs of license spectrum and things like that. That would be, critical to us to make sure that the industry understands really what the target is as far as more and more licensed spectrum to allow us to do this innovation roadmap that we have planned.
I would add that I think another theme that we're probably going to be hearing in Barcelona this year is really, as we move into the dawn of 5G Advanced, there are some real interesting technological advances that we're seeing. One of those is 5G RedCap. That should have a major impact on the cellular IoT conversation as we go forward. We're still, just in the early days of that. But as sort of the long tail of LTE in the private 5G network space, begins to wrap up, we see a new generation of 5G RedCap devices that are really gonna start to begin to get into the marketplace this year. That's really going to help. Any sort of new devices for 5G are really going to be able to help that private 5G marketplace start to take over. I think the other conversation that's going to take place in Barcelona is with the non-terrestrial networks. 5G, it's sort of 5G NTN conversation. A lot of the satellite operators that are going to be there, and a lot of the direct to cell conversations that are going to be going on. So I don't think that there's necessarily going to be something that will be broadly commercialized in this next year for that NTN market. That's going to be a huge move, but there's a lot of integration that's happening right now, and we'll start to see continued partnerships, building out new capabilities and deployments.
And finally, I think the thing in Barcelona, I think you're going to see more and more of is as we look at 5G Advanced and what it can do for not just the network providers but the customers. This idea of monetization, and we know that these networks take great investment. And I think that's one of the key questions that will always come up at Barcelona, especially in 2024, is let's look at monetization of these new capabilities and features on the long-term basis so that we can continue this innovation roadmap and continue to invest in our networks.